Greetings, everyone, in the matchless name of Yeshua HaMashiach, the Christ. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2023, and I commenced to read 2 Samuel in the Sefer, and we're going to start at chapter 8. And it reads as thus: And after this, it came to pass that David smote the Philistines and subdued them. And David took Megathang Amha out of the hand of the Philistines. And he smote Moab and measured them with a line, casting them down to the ground. Even with 2 lines measured, he put to death, and with 1 full line to keep alive. And so the Moabites became David's servants and brought gifts. David smote also Hadadezer, the son of Rechoban, the king of Tozbah. Now, before I take out a minute, I just want you to know that I'm reading Hebrew names, and I'm trying. Some of them I can decipher and tell you the name in English, but some of them I can't. So I'll be trying to pronounce them. Please excuse me with it. Amen. As he went to recover his border at the river Parah, and David took from him 1,000 chariots and 700 horsemen and 20,000 footmen. And David hawked all the chariot horses, but reserved of them for 100 chariots. And when the Amorites of Damascus, Amoridiums, of Damascus came to help Hadadezer, king of Tozbah, David slew of the Amorites. I'm going to say Amorites, but I'm not sure if it is Amorites. 22,000 men. Then David put garrisons in Aram and Damascus, and the Arameans became servants to David and brought gifts. And Yahuwah preserved David whithersoever he went. And David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Hadadezer and brought them to Jerusalem, and from Betesh, and from Bethrothai, cities of Hadadezer. And King David took exceeding much brass. And when the Tolai, king of Shammah, heard that David had smitten all the hosts of Hadadezer, then Tolai sent Joram his son unto King David to salute him and to bless him, because he had fought against Hadadezer, smitten him. For Hadadezer had wars with Tolai, and Joram brought with him vessels of silver and vessels of gold and vessels of brass, which also King David did dedicate unto Yahuwah with the silver and gold that he had dedicated of all nations which he subdued, of Aram and Moab, and all the children of Ammon, and of the Philistines, and Amalek, and the spoil of Hadadezer, son of Rachel, king of Tozbah. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting the Ammonites in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons, and all the they of Edom became David's servants. And Yahuwah preserved David whithersoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel. And David executed judgment and justice unto all his people. And Joab, the son of Tezeruah, was over the host. And Josaphat, the son of Achiliud, was recorder. And Tesdoch, was the son of Achiliachav, and Achilamelech, the son of Abiathar, and were the priests. And Sarayahu was the scribe, and Benayahu, the son of Yahuyada, was over both Carathaim and the Philistines. And David's sons were chief rulers. Chapter 9. And David said, is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Yehuda's sake? And there was a house of Shaul, a servant named Tejillah. And when they had called him unto El David, the king said unto you, are you Tezlaba? And he said, your servant is he. And the king said, is there not any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of Elohim unto him? And Tezlaba said unto the king, Yehudadan has yet a son, Jonathan has yet a son, which is lame on his feet. And the king said unto him, where is he? And Tezlaba said unto the king, behold, he is in the house of Machir, and the son of Amiel, in Tuladavar, the son of Amiel in Lodavar. Okay, Lodavar. And then King David sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Amiel from Lodavar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto El David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said to Mephibosheth, and he said, behold, your servant. And David said unto him, fear not, for I will surely show you kindness for Jonathan, your father's sake, and will restore all the land of Saul, your father, and you shall eat bread at my table continually. And he showed himself and said, what is your servant, that you will look upon such a dead dog as I? Then the king called to Tezlaba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto your Adonai's son all that pertained to Saul and to all his house. You therefore and your sons and your servants shall till the land for him, and you shall bring in the fruits, that your Adonai's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, your Adonai's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Now Siva, okay, I remember the name now, had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Siva unto the king, according to all that my Adonai the king has commanded his servant, so shall your servant do. And as for Mephibosheth, as said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micah. And all that dwell in the house of Siva was servants unto Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelled in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. Chapter 10. And it came to pass that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Chuan his son reigned in his stead. Then said David, I will show kindness unto Chuan the son of Nahash, as his father showed kindness unto me. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants and his father. And David's servant came unto the land of the children of Ammon. And the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Chuan their Adonai, do you think that David honors your father, that he hath sent comforters unto you? Has not David sent servants unto you to search the city and spy it out and to overthrow it? Wherefore Chuan took David's servants and shaved off one half of their beards, and cut off their garments in the middle, even so their buttocks, and sent them away. Cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. And when they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they stank before David, the children of Ammon sent and hired the Ammonites of Beth Rachel and the Ammonites of Tavosh, 20,000 footmen, and king of Machah, and 1,000, and of Lishtoph, 12,000 men. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the host of the mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the entering in at the gate. And the Amorites of Tozabah, of Rachab, and Tov, and Maacah were by themselves in the field. And what Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, he chose of all the choice men of Israel and put them in array against the Ammonites. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Ashiah, his brother, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, if the Ammonites are too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for you, then I will come and help you. Be of good courage, and let us play the men for our people and for the city of our Elohim. And Yahuwah do that which seems good. And Joab drove high, and the people that were with him unto the battle against the Ammonites. And they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Ammonites were fled, then fled they also before Abiashai, and entered into the city. So Joab returned the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem. And when the Ammonites saw that they were smitten before the Israelites, they gathered themselves together. And Hazadazer sent and brought out the Ammonites that were beyond the river. And they came to Chalem, and Shobach, the captain of the host of the Hadadezer, went before them. And when it was told David, he gathered all Israel together and passed over Jordan and came to Shalem. And the Amorites set themselves in array against David and fought with him. And the Amorites fled. No, this is not Amorites. Aram, Midian, Amorites, okay, fled before Israel. And David slew the men of 700 chariots of the Amorites and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shavach, the captain of their host, who died there. And when all the kings that were servants to Hadadezer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made peace with Israel and served them. So the Amorites feared to help children of Ammon anymore. And it came to pass, chapter 11, it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab the servant with him, and all Yasharel, all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in the evening tide that David rose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman, and said, when one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the woman of Uriah and of the Shittite? And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he laid with her, and she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when King David and Uriah will come unto him, and David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, go down to your house and wash your feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house. And there followed him a mess of meat from the king, And Uriah slept at the door of the king's house, and with all the servants of his Adonai, and went not to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down into his house, and David said unto Uriah, came you not from your journey? Why then did you not go down to your house? And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abides in tents, and my Adonai, Joab, and the servants of my Adonai are encamped in open fields. Shall I then go into my house to eat and drink and to lie with my woman? As you live and as your soul live, I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today, and tomorrow I will let you depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And that evening he went out on his bed with the servants of his Adonai, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a sefer to Joab, and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Let me read that again. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a sefer, a letter, to Joab, and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the sefer, saying, Set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire you from him, that he may be smitten and die. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, Joab is Joab, and he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were. And the men of the city went out and fought against Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Chittite, Uriah the Hittite. That's okay. It says Chittite, but it's Hittite. Okay. Verse 18. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, when you have made an end of telling the matter of the war unto the king, and if it be so that the king's wrath arise, then he shall say unto you, wherefore approach you so nigh unto the city? Where did you fight? Know you not that they will shoot from the wall, who smote Amalek the son of Yerubesha? Did not a woman cast a piece of millstone upon him from the wall, that he died into that? Why went you nigh the wall? And then say you, the servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. So the messenger went and came to and showed David all Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, surely the men prevail against us, and came out unto us into the field, and we were upon them, even unto the entering of the gate. And the shooters shot from off the wall upon your servants, and some of the king's servants be dead, and your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. And then David said unto the messenger, thus shall you say unto Joab, which is Joab, let not this thing displease you, for the sword devours one as well as another. Make your battle more strong against the city, and overthrow it, and encourage him. And when the woman of Uriah heard that Uriah her man was dead, she mourned for her man. And when the morning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house, and she became his woman, and bore him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased Yahuwah. Chapter 12. And Yahuwah sent for Nathan unto David, King David. And he came unto him and said to him, there were two men in one city, the rich one and the poor one. And the rich man exceedingly many flocks and herds. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing save one little lamb, ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up. And it grew up together with him and with his children, and it did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and laid in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man, and he said to Nathan, as Yahuwah lives, the man that has done this thing shall surely die, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David, King David, you are that man. Thus says Yahuwah Elohai of Israel, I anointed you king over Israel. I delivered you out of the hand of Saul, and I gave you your Adonai's house and your Adonai's women into your bosom, and gave you the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given you such and such things. Wherefore have you despised the commandment of Yahuwah to do evil in his sight, and have killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and has taken this woman to be your woman, and have slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon? Now therefore the sword shall never depart from your house, because you have despised me, and have taken the woman of Uriah the Hittite to be your woman. Thus says Yahuwah, behold, I will raise up evil against you and out of your house, and I will take your women before your eyes, and give them unto your neighbor, and shall lie with your women in the sight of this sun. And you, for you did it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yahuwah. And Nathan said unto David, King David, Yahuwah has also put away your sin, and you shall not die. Howbeit, because by this deed you have given great occasion to the enemies of the Yahuwah to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto you shall surely die. And Nathan departed unto his house. And Yahuwah struck the child that Uriah's woman bore unto David, and was very sick. And David therefore besought Elohim for the child. And David fasted and went in and lay all night upon the earth. And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise up from the earth, but he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came to pass on the seventh day that the child died, and the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. But they said, behold, while the child was yet alive, we spoke unto him, and he would not hearken unto our voice. How will he then vex himself if he tell them that the child is dead? But when David saw that his servants whispered, David perceived that the child was dead. Therefore David said unto his servants, is the child dead? And they said, he is dead. Then David arose from the earth, and washed and anointed himself, and changed his apparel, and came into the house of Yahuwah, and worshipped him, and came to his own house. And when he required, they set bread before him, and he did eat. Then said his servants unto him, what thing is this that you have done? You did fast and weep for the child while it was alive. But when the child was dead, you did rise and eat bread. And he said, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, who can tell whether Yahuwah will be gracious to me, that the child may live? And now he is dead. Wherefore shall I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me. And David comforted Bathsheba, this woman, and went in unto her, and laid with her. And she bore a son, and he called his name Solomon. And Yahuwah loved him, and he went, sent by the hand of Nathan the prophet. And he called his name Jedediah, because of Yahuwah. And Joab fought against Rabbah of the children of Ammon, and took the royal city. And Joab, which is Joab, sent messengers to David, King David, and said, I have fought against Rahab, and have taken the city of waters. Now therefore gather the rest of the people together, and encamp against the city, and take it, lest I take the city, and it be called my name. And David gathered all the people together, and went to Rabbah, and fought against it, and he took And he took their king's crown from off his head. The weight thereof was a talent of gold with the precious stones, and it was set in David's head. And he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. And he brought forth the people that were therein, and put them under saws, and under harrows of iron, and under axes of iron, and made them pass through the brickling. And thus did he unto all the cities of the children of Ammon. So David and all the people returned unto Jerusalem. Now I'm gonna stop right there. I just do have a couple of comments because I realize I want to say a few things about Uriah. Uriah served a man. Uriah did not serve God. Okay, and therefore he got a bad rap. Okay, he died. Okay, man is not like God. God is compassionate even when you have not done the right thing. But man is unforgiving, can be unforgiven soul. And also, David commenced his own death by saying, who has done such a thing? This man should die. When he had to stand outside himself and take a look at himself, he didn't like what he saw. But mostly, and God punished him for that because he said war will forever be in your house, in your family. The house, that means passed down forward. And so, we have to be very careful not to serve man, but to serve God Almighty, because man will let you down. And even though he served the king, and the king sent a letter by him to kill him, put him in the front battle, So, and you have to be very afraid of money and power, because I haven't seen yet that money and power, it corrupts. So be careful what you wish for. And I'm going to stop right there. And next I will pick up chapter 13 the next time I read for you. Shalom.